Hey, sup, auntie? Hey, where are you?
I'm here at the Beehive.
Oh, funny. Thought you were at the Hornet's Nest.
Thanks to his viral videos during lockdown, Joe Daymond has been on a meteoric rise to comedy glory. He's now the creator and lead star of his very own comedy series, Bouncers.
My name's Iwan Smith. I don't know if you know, but you probably don't. When Muhammad Ali beat George Foreman, like back in the 1800s, he said one word, Iwan. That's my name.
And he's also the all-important coffee guy in Comedy Central's Sis.
I like to set myself a challenge every single day, and today's challenge was to get to my location without a map, because that's what they used to do like back in the olden days. So today I just followed the stars. It was actually a seagull, but it landed right here. Everything happens for a reason.
Joe's also just been nominated for Television Personality of the Year. Now hot off the heels of performing at the Sydney Opera House, he's about to embark on an 8-stop New Zealand tour.
Please welcome Joe Daymond. JD, how I call you that? 8-stop New Zealand tour, and then you're bidding us goodbye and embarking on world domination. How does it work? What are you going to do?
It's funny, like everyone keeps asking me, like, what do you got in the plans? What's happening next? Genuinely, I have no idea. Really no plan, no idea.
But you are going overseas.
Going overseas, but it's just the same as everyone else, just going to try to figure it out. You know, butter's too expensive here, so I'm like, there's somewhere in the world where it's cheaper.
Yeah, great. Well, you've spent a bit of your life travelling. You went to LA and you played the iconic Comedy Store over there. What was that like?
It was amazing. That's obviously like a bit of a hot spot on Hollywood, you know, in that whole area. And Ashton Kutcher was actually sitting front row at the show. And in the middle, and I got told by the staff, like, don't reference any of the celebrities that you see there. And so I was in the middle of the gig and I just go, oh, Ashton Kutcher. Anyway.
And you kept the coolness going, because did you meet Dave Chappelle when you were there?
Yeah.
Was that a really smooth interaction?
It was, I'll tell you what, I definitely sold myself well. So we were with a mutual friend and he introduced Dave and I.
Wow.
And he was like, yeah, this is Joe Daymond. He's an absolute superstar in New Zealand. Yeah. He's like the Drake of New Zealand. And Dave Chappelle was like, really, the Drake? And I was like, yeah. Yeah, that's me.
It's a weird reference, though, because you're not a rapper.
I mean, you know, Christmas presents, but that counts.
But I wanted to ask, too, lots of the comedy that you make here in New Zealand is based on people that you know and things that have happened in your life, like your uncle Iwan. How does that translate to audiences overseas?
I think this is like one of the most interesting things is us as Kiwis tend to think that, you know, we don't translate or that they won't understand us. And I think we already like bring ourselves off the pedestal before anyone else can do that for us. But then like I went over and was just myself, and I took my brother-in-law, my brother, we all went over, and like they get it. You know, we all watch stuff from all over the world, so there's nothing that we have to filter for them to understand us.
It's so good to hear.
It was such an awesome like eye-opener for all of us. So,
I think that's when you do travel, you realise the best New Zealand comedians are up with the best in the world.
Yeah. Totally. And that was one thing I said, is that the best that we have here, the only thing that set them apart from the rest of the world is we just don't really have the resources that everyone else has and the support. So, you know, you go over there and they have all the money, like, of course they're going to be able to do the big things, so that's where I'm going.
Well, when you were hanging out with Noel Miller, didn't he buy you a really, really expensive suitcase, speaking of comedians with lots of money?
So that was crazy. So this guy that I was opening for, we did a tour of the US, and we went to this really flash spot in Beverly Hills, and he was buying a suitcase. He didn't tell me anything about it, and he was buying it, and they gave him a bag for the suitcase, and I was laughing at him like, look at this idiot like, getting a bag for the suitcase. And then he rolled it to me and it had my name on it, and I was like, oh, sorry for calling you an idiot.
It was a gift.
And it was a gift, and it was $3,000 US.
Whoa. Yeah. And it wasn't it because you had a really bad backpack he was sick of looking at?
Because I was carrying 2 backpacks the whole tour. And he was like, bro, where's your suitcase? I'm like, I got it, brother. Yeah. On my shoulders.
That's a scam you pull, isn't it? You just turn up with the wrong gear. It's called pulling a Daymond.
Yeah.
You turn up in your track pants and they'll buy you new pants for the TV.
And that's why I got back to NZ and that bag went straight on Trade Me. So.
Quick word on this series you've got on YouTube called The Boys Are Decorating. What's the big idea?
Yeah, so I was brought up like travelling quite a bit. I was really lucky to grow up overseas, and my aunt who looked after me when I was growing up, she was an interior designer, and she taught me how to do interior design when I was like a little kid. Yeah, so it was always something that I was really into, and so because of that, I was kind of like, okay, I should see if there's an audience of dudes that want to give this thing a go, but, you know, they're a bit scared to. And, you know, I'll just see if it relates to them at all. And we got to do a bunch of episodes with a whole bunch of my friends in Australia, and it really took off, and it was really surprising, yeah. But if you saw my house, you wouldn't think that.
And you're such a hard worker. Can't wait to see how far you go. And thanks so much for coming to see us. Joe's See You Soon tour will stop all over the country through December, and the details are on our Facebook page. Give it up for Joe Daymond.